Good morning, students. You have seen the first video of Merchant of Venice, part 1. And in the April month, we have completed in literature 2 chapter, lesson number 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is cut, and lesson number 5 is here. Then in grammar, determiners and tenses we have completed. You have revised the portion and the activity which is given. I think so you have done that also. Now we will start with the part 2, Merchant of Venice. In the previous video, we have seen that Shylock's daughter Jessica ran away with her lover. She also took father's wealth with her. Shylock's grief and anger knew no limit. Shylock's love for her daughter changed to hatred. That we have seen in the previous video. Now, next in this paragraph, I will read the paragraph, then I will explain. Meanwhile, Bassanio reached Belmont and found a number of wealthy suitors gathered from far and wide to woo the fair lady Portia. Bassanio learned that Portia would accept the suitor who would pledge to abide by the terms of her father's will. These terms were strict enough to frighten away many an ardent woe. 3 caskets made of lead, silver, and gold would be presented before each suitor, and he who could guess which contained a portrait of the fair Portia would win her hand. If wrong, the suitor would be bound by oath never to reveal which casket he had chosen, never to marry and go away at once. Meanwhile, what happened? After where he has reached to Belmont. Why he reached to Belmont? Because he wanted to marry Portia. Then when he reached to Belmont, what he saw there? He saw there are wealthy suitors. Many people came to came here to went there to. There is an test was been given, and in that his father has made the plan, that is for her daughter's marriage. What was that? That is that there was some terms he has made. At Belmont, Portia and her maid discuss the suitors who have come in response to Portia's father's strange will. The will says Portia may only marry a man who chooses the correct casket made from lead, silver, and gold. There were 3 caskets were been there, and in that 3 casket there was one of the casket there is a portrait of Portia has been kept. A person who take that will be the winner of that test, and he will marry Portia. That was the terms which was been given by his father. If any of the suitors take the portrait, what was there was some condition, terms and condition what was been there. They were be bound by oath never to reveal. They will whichever the casket they are been taking, they will not reveal which casket they have taken, and never to marry and go away. And after that they have to leave that place, they have to leave that Belmont. That was the term and condition made by his father. Next paragraph. The brave young prince of Morocco was. There are many people came from different places. Many princes came from different places. But in this paragraph, there are two people's names are being is been given. One is the Prince of Morocco. Another is the Prince of Aragon. The brave young Prince of Morocco was the first to take the test. That is, the first person who came and for the test was that the term and condition which was been kept by his father was the Prince of Morocco. He chose the gold casket which bore the inscription. That is, on that gold casket there are, you can see in the picture, there are three caskets was been kept, and he has chosen the gold. On that what was written, who choose me shall gain what many men desire. That was the on that inscripted, it was been written, it was been highlighted. He believed that silver and lead were too base. He was thinking gold is the precious metal among the silver and the lead. That is why he has chosen gold and silver. Silver and lead is the base. It is not the too costly. Then he thought that in that casket only the Portia's portrait will be there. That is why he has chosen that. But his choice proved to be wrong. But whatever he desired, it was the wrong. After him came the haughty Prince of Aragon, who said, let me have what I deserve, as was inscribed on the silver casket. He was ashamed to find a fool's head inside. He was also been ashamed. He has chosen the silver casket. At that moment, uh, these two people has taken they were unsuccessful in their test, and at last, it was Bassanio's turn to choose. Portia was nervous. Now Portia is becoming nervous. If he also choose the wrong casket, what will happen? He has to marry with the another person. Wrong choice. She loved him dearly. She loved very much, even as he loved her. Bassanio took her oath and walked to the casket. He thought deeply, mere outward show. He was thinking outward appearance is not that is show off. It is that is why I will take whatever the gold and silver is shining from the outward, but inside there will be nothing will be. In this way he thought, and he has chosen the correct casket. And in that casket he saw the portrait of Portia. In this moment of joy, a messenger came forth with the news. When they were being enjoying, that is, both of them, Portia and Bassanio was been enjoying. That is, when he got the correct casket, the nervousness of Portia was gone away, and she was enjoying. She was happy too much. In the meantime, what was happened? A messenger came with the news that Antonio's ship has been lost at sea. The cruel Shylock was demanding the fulfillment of the what was the bond was being then, if they are not able to pay the money, he has to give a his flesh. That was the bond was been signed. He was entitled to pound of Antonio's flesh. He has to give a pound of flesh. That was the bond which was been made by the Shylock. Portia was grieved as Bassanio has to hear the danger which threatened much to some solemnize. That is, they are going to solemnize. They are going to marry. In the meantime, the messenger has came, and the Portia became nervous. Portia became and nervous. But first, she requested Bassanio to take her to the night to take her to solemnize. That is, she was saying that is first we will marry And after that, soon after, that is Bassanio left with an enough of the whatever the amount he was having. He has took that, and he was ready to give 20 times more than he wanted to give twice the money which was been taken from the Shylock. Then after that, they have married, and Bassanio left for Venice, and Portia also followed. She also has left to that place. Portia, next line, to her disguise as a lawyer. She became as a lawyer, and she has took the letter to meet the Duke. Duke was the head of that place of Venice. Disguise as a lawyer and enter the court and tell the Duke that they have been sent from the Padua by a learned attorney, Dr. Belrao, to plead the defendant's case. That is, she wanted to fight for the case. She wanted to become a defendant. She became wanted to become a lawyer for that case. She has said. Portia, then after Bassanio ready to pay, Shylock, Bassanio was ready to pay the money, double money he wanted to pay. He money borrowed if he would draw. What condition was there? If he draw the claim, that is whatever he has said, Shylock, if he took away that case, then he is able to give the double the money. But Shylock was unmoved. He was not interested in that. He wanted to take the revenge. I would have the bond and nothing else. He was saying, Shylock was been saying, that is, I want only the bond, nothing else I want, he exclaimed. Shylock to the merciful, but he will not listen. Bassanio offered to pay twice money, but he was not been listening. He was unmoved. So then Portia arrived in her disguise and was given a welcome by the Duke on an account of Bellaro's introduction. Settlement of the case was entrusted to her. That is the case she is going to fight for the Antonio and Bassanio. In noble words, Shylock, have mercy, but he was deaf. She was again and again saying, have mercy, have some pity, listen to me in this way. But he became deaf, and he was not at all listening whatever the Portia was being saying. Then Portia turned to Bassanio and asked, what do you have to say? Antonio, humbly, but little I am well prepared. That is, he was saying, that is, I will prepare. I am prepared. Now we are going to fight for the Antonio in this way. Then, what Portia has been saying. She says the law has another hold on him. Since he is an alien in Venice and he tried to seek the life of an Venetian citizen, all his wealth can be divided between the citizen who attempted to destroy. That is, this was because she was sharp, she has read the case, and she said in this way. Shylock turned pale, fearful, and said he would take Bassanio's offer. When she said, without spilling a drop of blood, all your property will be forfeited. That is, you will not get the money, whatever money you have said. But what is the condition is there? You cannot drop a single drop of blood. After listening to this, he became pale, fearful, in danger. Bassanio, then he said, I will take whatever money you wanted to give, I will take that. But Portia stayed firm and said, "You shall have nothing but your bond." Then she was becoming firm in her decision. She was saying, "You will take only that is the blood, that is the bond which you have signed, nothing else. Take your flesh, pound of flesh, not more than less, even by the weight of the hair." That was the not more than or less than the weight of an hair, or you will lose your property and life. He said that is you will lose your property. That is what is the condition? Weight of an hair and property as well as your life. Shylock trembled in fear and said, he would be content with only the sum. That is, he was saying, only the sum, what I ask, that much only I want, I don't want, because he became fearful. That is how I can do this. Portia refused accept his demand. She said that he had plotted to take the little life of the Venetian citizen, and just by the Venetian law, the property and the life was being forfeited. She asked him to beg mercy to the Duke. Then the Duke decided to spare Shylock's life. The Duke was listening to their conversation, and Duke decided that is, I have to do something. He said he wanted to spare the life of Shylock's life, but he does give half of Shylock's money to Antonius, and he gives the rest of it to the state and the other half to his daughter. Antonio and his friend offer to pay the then next per line that is been given, that was the term and condition which was been made by the Duke. Then thus there was the table turn. That is, the table turn means that there is a judgment has been done. No mercy would have been shown to Shylock, but the Antonio, as it was Shylock's forfeited half of his fortune to the state and other half to his daughter Bassanio, was full of gratitude to the clever lawyer and requested him to ask for what please in return. Then Bassanio and Antonio was been pleased with the lawyer. They wanted to give something, saying his dear's life, friend's life, he wanted to give. Portia, as she became as a lawyer, she asked for the ring he was wearing, and Bassanio. That is what she asked. She became as a lawyer. She asked for only for the ring, nothing else. Nothing else. Antonio and his friend offer to pay the young lawyer whatever they can, but oddly enough, the lawyer wishes only a certain ring, which Bassanio is wearing. Bassanio is embraced because his wife gave this ring to him and asked him to wear it always. Bassanio parted with it with a heavy heart. After all this settlement, Bassanio again returned to the Belmont, where Portia was waiting for him. And she asked, when they entered, she asked, I want my ring. Please give me the ring. Then Bassanio said, that is, they have gifted that ring to someone else. That is, and she was pretended to angry with him. She was pretending that is she is angry, but eventually she revealed that the ring on her finger and told Bassanio that it was the, that is, she has told the full story, that is, she only became as a lawyer and she only has asked the ring. She wanted to test, and she was happy, that is, you have helped your friend, that is your friendship. That is why if I am also in your place, I will also do the same. That is why she was happy, and both of them live happily. This is the story and of this merchant of Venice. What was the and story? What is the moral of this story? That is, the moral we learn from this story is that uh, be faithful, humble, loyal, to love love. All these are the values we have learned in this chapter. Now we will see the question answers. You have to write these question answers in your classwork copy. First question: why did Bassanio wish to visit Belmont? Answer: Bassanio wished to visit Belmont to woo the rich and virtuous Portia as a suitor. Question number 2. Why did Shylock harbor a desire for revenge on Antonio? Answer: Antonio hated Shylock and had ill treated him on several occasions, had insulted him, spat on him, and thrown him out of his house. Question number 3. What were the terms and conditions of the bond signed between Shylock and Antonio? Answer: the terms and conditions of the bond signed between Shylock and Antonio was that if Antonio failed to repay the borrowed sum in 3 months, then Shylock would be entitled to a pound or flush to be cut from whatever part of Antonio's body that Shylock fenced. Question number 4. Why did Shylock's love for his daughter change to hatred? Shylock's love for his daughter changed to hatred because his daughter Jessica eloped with her lover, taking along a large part of her father's wealth. Question number 5. What were the conditions laid down to win Portia in marriage? The suitor were what to choose the casket. The suitors were to choose the casket containing a portrait of Portia from among the 3 caskets made of gold, silver, and lead. If they choose wrongly, they would be bound by an oath not to reveal which casket they had chosen and never to woo another lady. Question number 5. How did Portia, disguised as a lawyer, turn the tables on Shylock? Portia cleverly played upon Shylock's word and said that she was entitled to only a pound of flesh from Antonio's body, but he couldn't spell even a drop of blood, failing which all his wealth would be forfeited. Now comes the reference to the context. Read these extracts and answer the questions that follows. First extract: but for him I should richer by 500,000 ducats. A part: who is the speaker? Shylock is a speaker. B part: who is being blamed for the loss? Antonio. C part: how would the speaker have been richer? The speaker would have been richer by charging a high rate of interest on the money he lent. What kind of What kind of relationship did the two share? One of hatred and other is scorn. Second extract: I choose the lead casket, joy with the consequences. A part: who is the speaker? Bassanio is the speaker. Why did he choose the lead casket? Answer: he believes that outward show was deceptive. C. What was inside the casket? Answer: portrait of Portia. D. What was the consequences of his choice? Answer: he won the Portia's hand in marriage. Third extract. This bond gives you no right to Antonio's blood, only it to his flesh. Who is the speaker? Portia is the speaker. Who is being addressed? Shylock is being addressed. C part. What would happen if any blood was shed? Answer: Shylock's property would be forfeited. D part. Was the bond executed? Why or why not? Answer: No, the bond was not executed because it was not possible for Shylock to cut off. Your mistake is there, to cut off a pound of, not pond, it is pound of Antonio's flesh without spilling even a drop of blood. This question answers are over. There are long questions are given in this chapter. Try to do that questions also in your homework copy. Revise your portion, students. Whatever the videos have been given, go through one more time, pause and see and try to understand what is been explained. Thank you. Have a nice day.